Welcome to the University of the Free State.
Wa amohelwa ho University of the Free State.
Welkom by die Universiteit van die Vrystaat.
Siyakwamukela eNyuvesi yase-Free State.
Situated in the heart of South Africa, my university is a creation of the past, the present, and the future. Across our 3 campuses, 7 faculties have been home to some of the most magnificent minds. Everything we do is rooted in our values of excellence, innovation and impact, accountability, care, social justice, and sustainability. We have been changing the world for more than a century. We continue to pave the way and inspire a fresh stream of knowledge and skill to follow in the footsteps of our scholars and alumni. We hunger for knowledge that will help us to be better and to do better. Our facilities encourage excellence, pulling us towards the light of new insight and ways of applying what we know. We lead by example, advocating sustainability in everything that we do. While we are making a current impact, we are also steering towards the future with the knowledge and skills we need to take the lead. The next 12 years will be especially significant in our growth as our Vision 130 unfolds, which will peak in 2034 when the University of the Free State celebrates 130 years of existence. Vision 130 is our strategic intent to reposition the university for 2034. Join us on this journey. Together, we will go further.
Good morning, everyone. By the virtue of the power vested in me as acting Chancellor, I hereby constitute this congregation of the University of the Free State for the awarding and conferral of qualifications in the faculties of the humanities, natural and agricultural sciences, and theology and religion. I therefore award and confer qualifications to and on all the candidates presented by the Dean of the respective faculty present to this congregation. In addition, I hereby award and confer qualifications to and on those whose names appear in the program but who are not present here today. You may be seated.
Dumalang. Let's try that again. Dumalang. Sanbonani. Koemora. And good morning. It is a privilege to welcome all of you, distinguished guests, graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we have got some special people present with us today. And of course, our program director will be talking to that. Today is a special day indeed. Few events and occasions hold as much significance as your graduation. This day is just as important for those who have supported you along the way. Many of you had to overcome a lot during the journey to get here today. For many of you, this is the first in your families. Or sometimes when I look at the PhDs, probably the third or the fourth degree in your families. You've earned this moment, and you should be extremely proud. Always acknowledge and recognize the significance of your events, of your achievements, as you transition from being a University of Free State student to University of Free State graduate for the first time, maybe a University of Free State graduate for the second time, a postgraduate or a PhD qualification. So for our doctoral degree graduates, today is a significant day in your postgraduate journey. Congratulations and thank you for your dedication and for pushing through. It has been a tough journey for you, but you are here. Almost here, of course. Many of you had to navigate a career and studies. We value the knowledge you have contributed to your field. Graduates, you have had the honor of studying at one of the oldest universities in the country that commands a track record that is par with the well-regarded national peers, as reflected in the 2024 Times Higher Education World University and Impact Rankings. Sufficient evidence indicates that higher education has a potential to function as an agent of change that means and a means of serving the greater good. Although the mission of our university has always been to equip you with knowledge and skills needed to make a difference in your field of study, we are also mindful that values are important for you to make a difference in your communities. And I'm sure you'll do just that as you live and work in different environments. As a UFS, we place a great emphasis on ensuring that students and staff have an outstanding university experience. In our pursuit of excellence, we are proud that our environment is conducive for intellect and knowledge to flourish. As such, our values of excellence, innovation and impact, accountability, care, social justice, and sustainability are embedded in all the activities throughout the institution. Irrespective of what you undertake in the future, remember to pursue these. Pursue your passion and continuously have the desire to make the difference in the lives of others. It's pointless having a qualification if you can't let that impact positively on the life of others. Surround yourself with real people in real communities. Change people that are finding difficulty. Inculcate kindness, empathy, passion, and awareness of real issues. If you want to tackle the unfinished goals of this country, and there are many unfinished goals as you will see, and create a better world, build bridges, remain morally astute, and grow your coalitions. Life can be challenging if you are alone. However, great results can be achieved if you work as a collective, and I'm sure you'll work as a collective. At the same time, you will not have reached this milestone without the support of many people around you. So let us acknowledge and express gratitude to your support structures, and let's do that now, to your parents, families, friends, and guardians. Let us give them a round of applause. But not forgetting, of course, those people seated down here, your lecturers, your supervisors, who made it possible for you today. It is up to you to align yourself with those who have a common cause, heal the divisions that keep us separated, and carry along those who have been left out and are struggling. As I said, if your qualifications make no impact and don't serve the people, then it would actually be a futile qualification. Congratulations to all our graduates for all the degrees that you have earned up to this point. May you have continued success in all your endeavors as I thank you. Thank you, Acting Vice.
Good morning, Molweni, Goeiemorgen. Let me first introduce the guests on the stage before I get to the House rules. Acting Vice Chancellor, Prof. Vasu Reddy, you are welcomed. Acting Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Prakash Naidu, you are also welcome. Our guest speaker, Ms. Tirelo Sibisi, our council member, you are also welcome, Madam. Registrar, Mr. Nikilen Sababa, President of the Convocation, Dr. Peter Chitoit, Dean of Economics and Management Sciences, Prof. Philip Berger, Dean of Education, Professor Loiso Chita, Representative for Health Sciences, Prof. Chinit Siwayan, Dean of Humanities, Professor Masome Masocha, Representative of Law, Professor Liesel Alsemgest, Dean of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, Professor Danny Vermeulen, who is also retiring and is his last graduation. Thank you very much, Danny, for your valued contribution to the university. And the Acting Dean of Theology and Religion, Professor Francois Tolmi. And the ISRC President in absentia, Sifundo Masuku, and present here is the CSRC President Akola Toto. Ladies and gentlemen, the House rules for today's session. The university makes use of official photographers who are present in the hall today. Those who arrived after the pre-ceremony announcements are requested to refer to the graduation event program. Today is a time to celebrate the achievements of each graduate. Hearing the full names of each student being announced is important to everyone. You are therefore asked to limit cheers and loud exclamations, making them short enough for everyone to hear the announcement of the next student. We strive to conduct the graduation ceremonies in a dignified manner and ask that you refrain from leaving the hall before the end of the proceedings to avoid disturbing the ceremony. You are also asked to please keep your cell phones on silent for the duration of the ceremony. The next would be musical item. I will introduce what they are going to be providing to us. Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah enjoyed moderate success when it was released in 1984. It gained popularity when a new version was recorded by John Seal in 1991. That same version was featured in the 2001 film Shrek, further adding to its acclaim. Following Cohen's death in November 2016, it reappeared on international singles charts and was the title of a biographic film on Cohen's life, released in 2022. The song has been covered by hundreds of artists, including Bob Dylan, Neil Diamond, K.D. Lang, Adria Baselli, and trumpeter Chris Botti. This morning, the artist covering the song will be Bloemfontein's own Emily Dangwa, accompanied by Anton Estes on piano and Sihle Zulu on bass guitar. Thank you very much.
I heard there was a secret chord that David made and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? When it goes like this, the
Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause again. Wasn't that wonderful? I'm now pleased to introduce the Dean of Faculty of Humanities, Prof. Masocha, who will present his candidates.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications to the candidates that I introduced to you: the Faculty of the Humanities, certificates, bachelor's degrees, honors degrees, master's and doctoral degrees. Higher certificate in Humanities, Communication Studies and Sociology. Muchaji M.A. Sit. Tekiso M. Bachelor of Arts. Kumalo N.L. Malaza M.F. Mashinini P.N. Mufukeng D.T. Mukwena G.N. Mutwening B.P. Ndlovu I.Z. Kaba N.P. Bachelor of Arts in Governance and Political Transformation. Henry E. Lekwate B. Manzi Z. Mashoko O. Ndlovu S. Sinwedi VL. Sibeko T. TTSM. Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Organizational Communication. Baloy Z. Bolani L. Bom CV. DUKA. Ndlovu G. Moholo B. Molelemane KL. Mutawu ME. Mtembu TM. Nhlapo AP. Titus U. Wambi NS. Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Netsipise U. Tau N. Bachelor of Arts in Language Practice. Munyaku HVK. Nukeri N. Bachelor of Arts majoring in Communication Science and Psychology. Liburu M.I. Maile Didi. Zondo DM. Bachelor of Arts majoring in Psychology and English. Matebesi T. Selala NM. Bachelor of Arts majoring in Psychology and Sesotho. Mabula P. Mdolo ST. Senakhomu N. Bachelor of Social Science. Kringo N. Cornelan D. Faba T. Likuleng LD. Lesetla T. Letuane FL. Majeng S. Majola MN. Malinga SE. Manghe LMC. Mata BC. Mfidi QA. Mgaga MC. Mahomet AA. Mutlochane TP. Mukhema GD. Molale N. Mulehe PT. Musai L. Mpungo se SZ. Mwela se S. Muyemane S. Ngangiso K. Khala PF. Sising RI, Shabalala NTL, Shabangu N, Sibanda TV, Tro OP, Chite MV, Tsupani PP, Van Rooyen C, Zondo K, Zondo N, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Anthropology and Psychology. Kanye KKM, Matrodi K, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Business Management and Psychology. Amsterdam JJ, Buthelezi S, Makhele K, Van Heerden JM, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Criminology and Psychology. Adam CC, Dini S, Class S, Ngomo S, Ntutang I, Ratopo AA, Sebopa PS, Swapi P, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Industrial Psychology and Psychology. Dilo OR, Gumede SN, Hwatlape MA, Nkatula ES, Sotetsi CM, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Industrial Psychology and Sociology. Mpumulinyane ND, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Political Science and Criminology. Makalika RC, Nyaka LM, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Psychology and Sociology. Lekauta M, Nchabeleng ZM, Skosana GM, Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Sociology and Criminology. Gali X, Mashele E.S., Gambu T, Roderick A.J., Bachelor of Arts, Honors in Music. Mahalo LSV, Bachelor of Psychology Honors. Diamond LL, Giba MT, Master of Arts in Governance and Political Transformation. Peter Boss LJ, Kwaile MS, Kwadi SS, Manoto LW, obtained degree with distinction. Mopete KH, Nkopane MJ, Nyati MC, September TJ, Single MC, Master of Arts with specialization in African languages. Matsau MP, Master of Arts with specialization in criminology. Buleu KP, Master of Arts with specialization in English. Boshoff E, Master of Arts with specialization in Gender Studies. Makamure G, Master of Arts with specialization in Political Science. Bieger S, Duclaver JC, Master of Social Science in Clinical Psychology. Matwa NY, Ramahata MA, obtained with distinction. Sibeta Z, Master of Social Science with specialization in Sociology. Kiva TA. Yeah. Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to confer doctoral degrees on the candidates presented to you. I request the supervisors to introduce their candidates to you.
Doctor of Philosophy, Setilo Tsegofaso. With her thesis titled Capabilities, Resilience and Success of UFS Access Students, Confronting Deficit Discourses, the candidate makes a contribution to the knowledge base of access and success in South African higher education. With this contribution, she makes the case for an asset-based approach to view so-called disadvantaged students in light of capabilities and resilience they bring with them when accessing higher education. The findings of this study contribute to how institutions should think about widening access while supporting student success. Chancellor or Acting Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Tsegofaso Setilo.
Doctor of Philosophy in Music, Diamond Simpson, through his thesis titled Transformative Teacher Training Strategies of Stringed Instruments in South African Community Music Programs, the candidate contributes to scholarship in the niche of transformative, instructional, and training strategies. His focus was on the efficacy on limitations of the string teacher training provided to former students who are now employed as teachers in the same community music programs. To achieve this, the candidate employed descriptive research and conducted an interpretive multiple case study based on social constructivism and transformational teaching theoretical framework. The study revealed that string teachers in community music programs must receive training that is intentional, structured, frequent, and both intense and intensive. Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege to present to you Dr. Samson Diamond.
Doctor of Philosophy in Music, Engelbrecht Albertus Petrus. With his thesis titled The Journey of a Versatile Singer, an autoethnographic study of preparing and performing 5 different vocal styles and genres, Engelbrecht investigated his own artistic practice to describe his development of the vocal technical versatility required to perform various Western art music styles and genres appropriately while maintaining vocal health. His inquiry revealed that he was able to develop such vocal technical versatility by focusing consciously on the appropriate configuration of heavy and light registration, wherein the use of voix mixed emerged as playing a significant role. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Albertus Petrus Engelbrecht. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in Africa Studies. Gumbo Bigizela. With a thesis titled Power Sharing and Political Stability, Creating Inclusive Governance for Development in Sub-Saharan Africa, the candidate contributes to scholarship on governments of national unity in Liberia, Kenya, and Zimbabwe, and their role as institutional engineering mechanism for political stability, inclusion, and socio-economic and human development. The argument that the inclusion of more conceptual tenets of consociational power sharing in GNUs increases political stability and socio-economic and human development in post-conflict eras is significant for institutional designers in divided societies and regional and international peace and development players. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Bigizela Gumbo.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in Africa Studies, Magal Natalia Helena, with her thesis titled The Impact of the Gender Policies in a higher education institution in Mozambique, a case study of the University of Eduardo Mondlane, Natalia Magau's thesis contributes to scholarship on gender and higher education by analyzing the impact of the implementation of the gender policy at the University Eduardo Mondlane in Mozambique. The implementation of this policy is key to improving the socio-economic situation of the country, and Dr. Magau's research involving multiple methods, including expert interviews and focus groups, shows that the University Eduardo Mondlane is supportive of the gender policy at the highest level, but has some way to go to effect the proper implementation of that policy, which requires the allocation of appropriate resources, support of and from staff, and relevant training to enable women and men to reach their full potential. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Natalia Helena Magau.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in African languages, Ndebele Spiwe Alfred, with his thesis titled Portrayal of Witchcraft in isiZulu Novels. The candidate contributes to the scholarship of African literary studies, focusing on isiZulu literary works written during the colonial and post-colonial periods. Using the thematic analysis approach, the study presents an observation that witchcraft is presented mainly by sorcery and occult practices embedded in cultural belief systems and psychological state of mind, and that it is an elaboration of social dramas that mirrors how beliefs on societal, communal, and personal level are naturally organized. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Spiwe Alfred Ndebele.
Chancellor, Doctor in Philosophy with specialization in Drama and Theatre Arts. With his thesis titled Reimagining Desire and Identity in the title characters of Hamlet and Richard III in a South African context, the candidate contributes to scholarship on queer theory, with new perspectives on homosocial bonding and gay sensibility. Queer theory has broadened the literary field's focus beyond conventional binary conceptions of gender and sexuality. Using queer theory, one can study how gender and sexuality are disrupted and challenged in texts, and how these categories are constructed and performed through language and narrative. The researcher successfully deconstructs particular cultural representations of binary categories through a theatrical new interpretation. The study presents the argument that the transposition of a Shakespeare play into a queer adaptation by identifying unspoken and unconscious lesbian, gay, or queer presence, referred to as queer cues, could manifest in a dynamic reimagination of the identity and desire of some of Shakespeare's title characters within a contemporary context. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Thijs Heidenreich.
Thank you so much. Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in English. Joubert Michel N. In her thesis, Liminal Spaces, Liminal Identities, Re-Evaluating the Role of Academic Literacies Practitioners in the South African University, Michelle Jabert asks, in what ways do academic literacies practitioners in the South Africa higher education sector construct and reconstruct their professional identity in light of the structural and cultural forces that surround them? By exploring identity relations, this research challenges the dominance of certain common sense discourses about the field in South Africa to more accurately reflect the activities of practitioners and the research-informed and academic nature of the field. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Michelle Ann Joubert. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in political science, Karomba Lawrence Joseph. In his thesis titled Electronic Hacking and Subversion as Tools of Foreign Policy, a new classical realist analysis of cyberpower, the candidate develops a new theory to explain the choices that countries make when deciding how to use cyber operations to advance their foreign policy goals. The dissertation develops a typology of 4 cyber strategies and argues that a state's choice of cyber strategy is likely to be influenced by its security requirements and its views on international institutions. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Lawrence Joseph Karomba.
Doctor of Psychology with specialization in child psychology, Schovink Frederik. With his thesis titled Narrative Identities of Late Adolescent Males Who Experience the Loss of a Parent, the candidate explores how males aged from 15 to 19 years who had lost a parent during childhood construct their lost narratives. A narrative inquiry design was used to reveal noteworthy personal changes, secondary losses, and challenges faced by individuals during the grieving process. The findings emphasize the importance of significant others, the finding of meaning in the loss, and the recounting of the story of loss. The study provides valuable insights into supporting parentally bereaved adolescents in males in South Africa and can also be applied in similar contexts. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Frederik Schovink. Thank you.
Let's give Professor Masocha a round of applause, colleagues. I'm now pleased to introduce the Dean of Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, Professor Vermeulen, who will present his candidates.
Still humanities, there's a latecomers.
There's a few latecomers of humanities.
This is a latecomers, then the humanities must continue. These are latecomers for Professor Masocha.
Professor Masocha, could you come back? It looks like we have some latecomers in humanities.
Apologies, Acting Chancellor. I'm awarding higher certificate, communication and sociology. Mahaheng KP. Mujaki LG. Mukwena ME. conferring Bachelor of Social Science. Ngumalo N. Mchali SS. Khomuyadira RR. Bachelor of Social Science majoring in Psychology and Sociology. Mostert G. Bachelor of Arts. Potiane L.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications to the candidates that I introduced to you. The Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, bachelor's degrees, postgraduate diplomas, honours degrees, master's and doctoral degrees. A Bachelor of Agriculture, Maslobo N. Mslongo NT. Mslambo NH. Maroy LK.
This is having the student has passed on. It's going to on behalf of the student.
Okay, can I just read it? Chancellor, a Bachelor of Agriculture majoring in Agricultural Economics. This is on behalf of a student that passed on, his mother, Louis Daniel Nel. Chancellor, I just have to get my voice back. Yeah. A Bachelor of Agriculture majoring in Agricultural Management. Lungwana C. Kabada M. Hennig HM. Charlie Z. Belekane N. Jaku A. Mukomo TPP. Ndlovu SN. Nyangana X. Oeli SF. Slesho CO. Chancellor, Bachelor of Agriculture, majoring in Mixed Farming Management. Bonnen B.L. A Bachelor of Computer Information Systems. Drood S.T. Dianti K. Seji K.O. Sebuye G. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Nopale S.L.M. A Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, majoring in Plant Pathology. Courier V. Chancellor, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, majoring in Computer Science and Business Management. Nyamate M. Antlahu S.M. Sambu L.F. and Tengwa L. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, majoring in Computer Science and Management. Mulefe N.L. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, majoring in Computer Science and Physics. Mia K.T. A Bachelor of Science in Quantity Surveying. Moshwari R.B. A Bachelor of Science majoring in Behavioral Genetics. Mohammed L. A Bachelor of Science majoring in Biochemistry and Food Science. Greba S.A. A Bachelor of Science majoring in Biochemistry and Microbiology. Mabasu N.T. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Biological Sciences. Kaba S. A Bachelor of Science majoring in Chemistry and Biochemistry. Malaza T.L. Mandubu P. Njika A. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Climate Sciences. Chabalala S.G. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Genetics and Physiology. Gola B. Jamison P.M. Mafumane Y.Z. Chele M.V. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Genetics and Zoology. Ugatsu B. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Geography. The Cheng L.I. Molloy K. Mtembu N.N. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Geography and Environmental Geography. Gianne T. Molo M. It's also a Bachelor of Science majoring in Geography and Environmental Science. Van Niekerk M. A Bachelor of Science majoring in Geography and Life Sciences. Ukwena TV. Zwane TN. A Bachelor of Science majoring in Mathematics and Finances. Mashue R.U. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science majoring in Physics and Astrophysics. That's the people that's going to the moon. Khadebe MV. Bachelor of Science with specialization in Geology. Mkachane P. Chancellor, we now proceed to the honours degrees. Bachelor of Agriculture Honours, majoring in Agricultural Management. Mokobo O.A. Gulu N.N. A Bachelor of Science Honours in Quantity Surveying. Matoba M.C. Chancellor, a Bachelor of Science Honours, majoring in Botany. Kumani T.F. Then a Bachelor of Science Honours majoring in Geography. Splongwane J.S. A Bachelor of Science Honours majoring in Geohydrology. Muzunga N.F. Also a Bachelor of Science Honours majoring in Zoology. Stemla S. Chancellor, we now proceed to master degrees. Master of Science. Mafuza M. One of my old students. So. Motsamai JT. Gilande TP. Chancellor, Master of Science in Agriculture, majoring in Agronomy. Yabuza S. Silwana CS. A Master of Science in Agriculture, majoring in Animal Science. Mavungu OM and a degree of distinction. A Master of Science in Agriculture, majoring in Food Science. Mudau DD. Chancellor, Master of Science in Agriculture, majoring in Soil Science. Wood LC. A Master of Science in Nanoscience. Barnard K. Kumalu LS. Nkumalu STM and a degree of distinction. A Master of Science majoring in Agricultural Economics. Erasmus JC and a degree of distinction. Hadebe MRM. Salelo OT. Tosagu PMM. Zansi Y. Chancellor, Master of Science majoring in Botany. Bota CA and a degree of distinction. Letowana T.M. and the degree of distinction. Nina Berkay. Chutetsi M.E. and also the degree of distinction. Also a Master of Science majoring in chemistry. Chukuma M.S. Sebotsa M.M. and a degree of distinction. Smith W. and also the degree of distinction. Also a Master of Science majoring in computer science and informatics. Mslongo T. A Master of Science majoring in construction management. Labuskaghni L. and a degree of distinction. Master of Science majoring in consumer science. Colbert T.A. and the degree of distinction. De Jager A. and also the degree of distinction. Mulapu M.M. A Master of Science majoring in entomology. Edwards G.L. Also a Master of Science majoring in environmental management. Muluvetsi K.M. A Master of Science majoring in genetics. Maloka O.O. Naidu P. A Master of Science majoring in geography. Taverner J.M. A Master of Science majoring in geohydrology. Munyai M. Chancellor, Master of Science majoring in geology. Nyakane T.F. A Master of Science majoring in integrated water management. Nyangu S.S. Also a Master of Science majoring in mathematics. Venter J.G. and a degree of distinction. Also a Master of Science majoring in microbiology. Stein H.J.F. and a degree of distinction. Van Zyl M. Master of Science majoring in Physics. Charlie D. Chancellor, Master of Science majoring in Plant Breeding. Kiba KF and a degree of distinction. A Master of Science majoring in Soil Sciences. Van den Berg DJH. Chancellor, Master of Science majoring in Zoology. Nemaungwe TM and a degree of distinction. Chancellor, Master of Sustainable Agriculture. Maluleke and a degree of distinction. Ntilwa C and a degree of distinction. Acting Chancellor, I have now the privilege of requesting you to confer doctoral degrees on the candidates presented to you. I request the supervisors to introduce their candidates to you.
Doctor of Philosophy in Geology, Netshungulwana Kashane Chishonga Robert, with his thesis titled Geochemical and Mineralogical Characterization of the Lithological Units of the Herdhoop Colliery in the Witbank coalfield to fathom the source and the receptor of metals in the Riet Olifants catchment, South Africa. The candidate demonstrated that the study can be applied in the management of mine residue deposits for sustainable mining in coal deposits, as well as in improving enforcement requirements per the relevant act. The continuous monitoring of metal influxes and effluxes, metal loads quantity and water quality to the receptor realm is recommended. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Kashane Chishonga Robert Netshungulwana.
Doctor of Philosophy in Architecture with specialization in design. Herbst Marie. With her thesis titled The Space of Images, Establishing a Practice of the Conscious Abstraction of Motion, the candidate investigates the use of abstract image making to mediate the design of space and the processes of abstraction in design. The unifying theme is establishing a practice of conscious abstraction, more specifically, the abstraction of motion. The aim is to identify a way to relate abstract image making to architectural design, bring about shifts in the design process, and discover novel techniques that reveal how abstraction influences that process. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Marie Herbst.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Agricultural Economics. Chancellor, allow me to present to you Dr. Mackey. With his thesis titled Econometric Estimation of Agricultural Productivity and Efficiency in Africa, an early 21st century analysis, the candidate contributes to the understanding of agricultural productivity and efficiency in Africa. The candidate investigates total factor productivity, the sustainability of agricultural productive growth, and explore whether the sector experiences short-term or long-term technical efficiencies. 2 ISI journal articles were published, and the candidate receives the award, the best paper published in Journal of Other Than Agricultural Arts 2023 Agricultural Economic Association of South Africa Conference. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Meike Linkiada Wiseman. Sorry.
Okay, a Doctor of Philosophy majoring in agronomy. With his thesis entitled Soil Enzymes, Root Pathogens and Yields on the Maize Legume Rotations in a Semi-Arid Area, the candidate contributes to scholarship on sustainable agriculture by assessing the impact of incorporating legume crops in maize-based systems and of fertilizer applications on soil enzyme activities, maize root fungal pathogens and yield. The study provides empirical evidence that legume crops can help it to improve soil enzyme activities and maize yield and suppress maize root fungal pathogens, while impacts of fertilizer application on enzyme activities and pathogens were inconsistent. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Edzisani Albert Nemadodzi.
Doctor in Philosophy, majoring in Animal Science. With this title, Leon Paul, amper vergeet ek Leon. With this thesis titled The Effect of Temperament and Stress on Production and Immune Response in Sheep, the candidate contributes significantly to our understanding of how stress and temperament influence the well-being of sheep. No correlation between temperament and cortisol release was found. However, it was shown that cortisol release is responsible for the compromised immune response, indicating the complexity of stress on the immune system of the body. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Leon Paul Kruger.
Doctor of Philosophy majoring in Applied Mathematics, Mogao Hongalani, with his thesis, Global Rate of Change with Local and Non-Local Operator, New Approach to Predict Complex System. The concept of derivative was introduced by Newton and Leibniz, and that a concept give birth to what they call differential equation used to model real-world problem. And an extension was done by Abdon Atangana from the University of Free State, where he introduced a concept of non-local operator to capture processes with non-local behavior with a general geometry. The student introduced new theory, new inequality, and he introduced new method to solve those type of differential operator. He introduced also new numerical scheme to solve this type of differential operator, and he applied it in different field of applied mathematics. Chancellor, it is special for me. This is my 10th PhD to graduate since 2015. But he is my first South African to be graduating in applied mathematics. So I think he got PhD with distinction.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in chemistry, Forber Jani. With her thesis titled Anti-Cancer and Anti-Diabetic Activity of Glucosylated Benzophenone and Xanthone Scaffolds, the candidate makes a contribution to organic chemistry. With this contribution, she attempts to synthesize xanthone C-glycosides with potential antioxidant, anti-diabetic, and anti-cancer biological activity. This investigative work serves as an indication of the significance of such interventions in the ongoing quest to find solutions for diseases such as cancer and diabetes. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jani Forber.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Computer Science and Informatics. Beside note, Rian, with his thesis titled Verifiable Proof of Randomness, Efficient Consensus for Permissionless Blockchain Systems, the candidate contributes to the understanding of blockchain systems. With his contribution, he attempts to improve the efficiency of decentralized consensus protocols. The candidate published 4 papers in peer-reviewed journals from his research, emphasizing the valuable contribution to the field. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Rian Besaidnat.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Computer Science and Informatics, Bertha Benjamin Stephanus. With his thesis titled A Framework to Prevent or Minimize Cybersickness During Immersive Virtual Clinical Simulation, the candidate contributes by creating a framework for use in immersive virtual clinical simulation by virtual reality users, software developers, and researchers to assist in avoiding or limiting the onset of cybersickness. The best fit framework was applied to create the CyberVix framework, consisting of causes, linked methods, and associate techniques for reducing or minimizing cybersickness. Evaluating sensory conflict mismatch in a nursing training case study initialized the validation of the content of the framework. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Benjamin Stephanus Bertha. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Construction Management. Radile Muthlomi Terra, the thesis titled Occupational Stress Management Model for the Construction Workforce in South Africa, contributes to the scholarship of health and safety management by developing a model to measure the occupational stress experienced by construction workers in South Africa. Using a cross-sectional study, Radile developed and validated a model adapted from the WHO 5 wellness measure. The research findings reveal that the most significant stresses are linked with task demands. The stress model for the construction workforce comprises all the important antecedents to stress in construction and effective stress management strategies. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Muthlomi Terra Radile.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Consumer Science, Nkoko Ntabileng. With a thesis titled Food and Nutrition Security Among Farming Households in Lesotho, the Role of Commercial Agriculture, the candidate makes a contribution to scholarship on the linkages between agriculture development and food and nutrition security. She focuses on the advancements of food and nutrition security of the farming households through involvement in commercial agriculture. Using a mixed method approach with a sample of 236 smallholder farmers, the study presents a submission that participation in commercial agriculture has a positive contribution to household food and nutrition security. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Ntabileng Koku.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Disaster Management, Collins Muhammad, with his thesis titled Building Urban Resilience and Sustainable Human Settlements in the Free State Province of South Africa. The candidate contributes by developing an urban resilience disaster risk reduction management framework. The candidate recommends that new urban approach to sustainable development, known as the Urban Agenda, is required. Thus, the candidate advocates multiple stakeholder engagement in spatial transformation. The government also needs to incorporate institutionalized disaster risk reduction management when developing in situ informal settlement upgrading initiatives while building urban resilience. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Collins Muhammad.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in entomology, with a thesis titled Evolutionary, Physiological, and Phenological Responses of Podoptera frugipeda to Climate Change. The candidate contributes to both theoretical and applied biology of the devastating invasive maize pest. The data also enables us to identify and map high-risk areas using both traditional mechanistic climate models, contemporary artificial intelligence, and machine learning for improved crop protection and food security. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Abwengile Mbande.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Food Science. Freitag, Alicia. With a thesis titled The Effect of Microbial and Plant Preservatives on the Chemical, Microbial and Sensory Quality of a Traditional Fresh South African Sausage, she makes significant contributions towards international research on replacing chemical preservatives with natural preservatives in food. The study proved that the plant extracts evaluated in this study maintained the chemical, microbial, sensory, and product safety qualities as efficient as the sulfur dioxide usually used in boerewors. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Alicia Freitag. Gavu Masabata Lydia, with a thesis titled Taxonomy, Spoilage, and Virulence Characteristics of Castella, species isolated from fish, she makes significant contributions towards knowledge on bacteria involved in spoilage of Cape hake fish. 3 novel Castella species from the fish were described, and for the first time, biofilm production and control, virulence, and pathogenicity, as well as bacteriophage presence against the Castella, were investigated. which may lead to control of spoilage of Cape hake. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Masabata Lydia Gavu.
Doctorate in Philosophy, majoring in Food Science, Orcus Shaylee. With her thesis titled The Influence of Abiotic Stress on Gluten in Wheat and its Effect on Bread Baking Quality, the candidate contributes to understanding the influence of heat and drought stress effects on specific gluten protein fraction and how these expression reflects in baking quality characteristics of different bread wheat cultivars. The results serve as a vital indication of how gluten proteins react to different levels of abiotic stress and therefore can be implemented to improve drought and heat stress tolerance in breed breeding programs to ensure stable baking quality. Councillor, I present to you Dr. Shaylee Olkers.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in genetics, Diseku Larato Gloria, with a thesis titled The Relationship Between Host Genetic Makeup and Human Immunodeficiency Virus in South African Population. She addresses and pressing global health challenge of HIV. Understanding the genetic factors affecting immune response is vital in comprehending HIV pathogenesis. This study's primary aim was to evaluate the prevalence of 10 clinically significant red cell antigen variants across different blood type groups, including determination of a population frequency of the CCR5 delta 32 mutation. It aimed to uncover potential associations between these genetic variants and HIV within a South African population. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Larato Gloria Diseku.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Geochemistry, Megan Wellman Purchase, with a thesis titled An Investigation of the Iron Cyanide Mineralization in Gold Mine Dumps. The candidate contributes to the understanding of the geochemistry of highly toxic cyanide compounds in South African gold mine tailings. This work has also contributed to understanding the thermodynamic behavior of various cyanide compounds in these environments, knowledge of which has been scant up to now. Chancellor, it is with great joy and pride that I present to you Dr. Megan Dale Wellman Purchase. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Geography, Ndifelani Mararakanye, with his thesis titled Quantification, Eutrophication from Agricultural Sources under Changing Land Use and Climate in a Semi-Arid and Data-Poor Catchment, the candidate contributes to the understanding of eutrophication in a large, data-poor, semi-arid region of South Africa by means of hydrological modeling. Using the soil and water assessment tool, the study provides valuable insights on the importance of satellite-based weather and alternative input data source to the model, while also highlighting the interplay between land use changes, climate change, water quality, and particularly in the context of eutrophication. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Ndifelane Mararakanye. Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Geography, Marika Esther Stander. Through a thesis titled Sediment Source Provenance by Means of Composite Fingerprinting Technology towards Identifying Tracers Associated with Erodible Soils, the candidate contributes to the valuable and often overlooked field of soil erosion. Her research made use of the sediment fingerprinting technique with various tracers to differentiate and quantify contributions from different soil types, with emphasis on erodible duplex soils in a degraded catchment in the Eastern Free State. Her research underscores the significance of sediment fingerprinting in erosion control and emphasizes the need to consider various soil types in mitigation strategies. Chancellor, it's my privilege to present to you Dr. Marika Esther Stander.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Geohydrology, Moleme Malefa Florence, with their thesis, Characteristics of Fluid Electrical Conductivity Profiles Associated with a Contaminant Plume in Porous and Weathered Aquifer System. The candidate made a contribution to advance the knowledge of understanding the migration of pollution, which is very important for the protection of the groundwater. It is also important to note that it was achieved through both laboratory work and some field work, which also gives a value in terms of the conceptual models that were developed. Honorable Chancellor, it is my privilege to introduce to you Dr. Moleme Florence Malefa.
Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Soil Science, Rowena Louise Harrison. With a thesis titled Interactions Between Dissolved Organic Carbon and Hydropedology in Afro-Maintained Catchments, the candidate contributes to the knowledge of both the hydropedological characteristics of mountain catchments and how these impact the storage and export of dissolved organic carbon in these areas. Rowena's thesis highlights the importance of understanding the hydropedological characteristics of a watershed for both improving our knowledge on the stream flow aspects as well as understanding the dissolved organic carbon dynamics and how these affect the overall carbon budget of a system. Chancellor, it's my privilege to introduce Dr. Rowena Harrison.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Soil Science, Eduard Johannes Houman, with his thesis titled Refining of Nitrogen Fertilization Guidelines for Irrigated Cotton in South Africa. The candidate contributes by incorporating analysis of residual soil nitrogen at planting and in-season petiole nitrogen into existing guidelines. The refined guidelines cater for economical optimum cotton production, prompting one assessor to note that nitrogen fertilization guidelines for cotton could be improved upon implementation by the refined guidelines. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Eduard Johannes Houman.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Soil Science, interdisciplinary, Siviwe Otwa Malongweni. With a thesis titled Fire Herbivore Interactions in the Savanna Ecosystems of the Kruger National Park, South Africa, on the impact on soil quality, the candidate highlights the vital role of fire and herbivory in shaping savanna ecosystems, affecting vegetation, nutrients, and habitats. It demonstrates how fire, herbivores, vegetation, and woody species collectively impact soil quality, offering valuable insights for effective ecosystem management. Chancellor, I introduce to you Dr. Siviwe Otwa Malongweni.
Doctor of Philosophy majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Grobler Hendrik Frederik, with his thesis titled Development of a Toolkit for Sustainable Revitalization of Smallholder Irrigation Schemes, Free State Province. The candidate contributes to the scholarship of revitalization of smallholder irrigation schemes. Using a mixed methods approach, Grobler sampled 150 irrigation farmers in the Tabanshu tribal area. A very strong correlation between knowledge and productivity was found in all three schemes included in the study. The study presents the argument that the development of a toolkit will add much value to the knowledge base, best management practices, and productivity of smallholder irrigation farmers in the Free State Province. Chancellor, I present to you Hendrik Frederik Grobler.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Glachau Alois Sifilane. With his thesis titled Enhancing Productivity and Resilience of Semi-Arid Rangelands of Southwestern Zimbabwe, a case of adaptation in extensive livestock production in a communal area, the candidate contributes to livestock production in semi-arid communal areas by focusing on sustainable rangeland utilization through manual and livestock-mediated reseeding of degraded rangelands. The generated knowledge impact positively on rangeland productivity, which in the long run will boost animal offtake from the communal rangelands so that incomes from livestock sales can be used to satisfy family needs such as food, medication, school fees, and restocking. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Alois Sifilane Glachau.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Makamani Anati Sipisile U Maklongwane. In a thesis titled Capacity of Extension and Advisory Services in Supporting Farmers to Adapt to Climate Change in the Eastern Cape, South Africa, the researcher contributes to the field of agriculture and climate change by focusing on the nexus between the two. Employing a mixed method approach, Makamani conducted a survey involving 301 participants to assess the capacity of extension practitioners in supporting farmers in adapting to climate change. Extensionists, crucial information sources for farmers, display knowledge gaps due to limited training. To address these gaps, the study recommends capacity building initiatives, enhanced communication proficiency, accessible, effective information sources, and higher educational qualifications in the study. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Anati Sipisile Makamani Umaklongwane.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Matobo David Ndini, with his thesis, Sustainability of Vegetable Production Systems by Smallholder Farmers from Limpopo Province in South Africa. Matobo sampled 261 small-scale vegetable farmers in 5 study areas of Limpopo using multi-stage cluster sampling. The results of the study present for understanding perceptions and beliefs of small-scale vegetable farmers in vegetable production systems, African indigenous vegetables, climate change mitigation strategies, food security determinants, and organic vegetable farming in Limpopo Province. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. David Ndini Matobo.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Mabungu Tsumbedzo Jutas, with his thesis entitled Development of a Sustainable Model for Irrigated Smallholder Agricultural Enterprises in Vhembe District, Limpopo Province of South Africa. The candidate contributes to the characterization of irrigated smallholder agricultural enterprises, especially women and youth in Vhembe District, Limpopo Province. Used the mixed methods were employed with 294 irrigated smallholder agricultural enterprises which were sampled. Selected field crops on these agricultural enterprises were evaluated based on geographical, climatic, and profitability attributes. Utilizes a model which uses available natural resources with the intention of increasing household food security in irrigated smallholder agricultural enterprises. The study revealed the impact of climate on the suitability of selected crops on these irrigated smallholder agricultural enterprises. Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Tsumbedzo Jutas Mabungu.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Mazia Mbugeni, with his thesis titled Smallholder Farmers' Perceptions and Adaptation to Climate Change, a case study of Kumanyakanyu district in KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa. The candidate contributes to scholarship on climate change and smallholder farming, focusing on smallholder farmers perceive and adapt to climate change. The results shows that age of a household head, education level, adult equivalence, membership in farmers associations, and access to irrigation played a significant role in shaping climate change perceptions. Access to credit emerged as a main driving force for adoption across identified strategies in the study area. Chancellor, I present to you Mr. Mbugeni Mazia.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, Ntsiapani Alina Dimakatsu, with a thesis titled Smallholder Wool Production for Improved Rural Livelihoods in Tabansu and Botshabelo in the Free State Province of South Africa. The candidate contributes to scholarship on smallholder wool production, focusing on efficiency and profitability. Using a mixed method approach with a sample of 351 smallholder wool farmers, the study assessed the efficiency of smallholder wool farming and factors influencing profitability of smallholder wool production in the Free State Province of South Africa. Furthermore, a pestle analysis of smallholder wool production was conducted to determine strategies for improved efficiency. 2 peer-reviewed articles were published and another one was accepted. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Alina Dimakatsu Ntsiapane.
Doctor of Philosophy majoring in Sustainable Agriculture, van Maltitz Lindy, who have a thesis titled Skills and Competencies of Agricultural Extension Professionals in South Africa, Implications for Higher Education Curricula. A contribution is made towards improving the skills and competencies of agricultural extension professionals in South Africa through customized higher education. Researching the desired skills and competencies of agricultural extension professionals and comparing them to the suitability of available undergrad qualifications in the field. The research results culminated in formulating a conceptual framework for agricultural extension curricula that can be applied globally. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Lindy van Maltitz.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Urban and Regional Planning, Ruve Velma Bingle. Her thesis, titled Biophilic Considerations for Urban Planners, exploring the perceptions of the value of trees within the built environment in Bloemfontein, South Africa. Ruve explores the historical and significance of urban trees in built environment decision-making. She found a complex story informed by past decisions, differing cultural opinions, inequality regarding green spaces, and a scarcity of tree planting and maintenance resources. The study provides a greater understanding of urban nature, expands the contemporary conceptualization of the built environment, and communal and interdisciplinary responsibilities of all citizens in city making. Chancellor, with great pride, I present to you Dr. Ruve Velma Bingle.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Urban and Regional Planning, Buthelezi Natal, with his thesis titled Morphological Characterization of Informal Settlements and Their Adaptation to Natural Disasters in the Face of Climate Change, a case of the Buffalo City, South Africa. The candidate contributes to urban and regional planning, scholarship providing insight vulnerability of the poor to climate change hazards. The complex adaptive assemblage theoretical framework helped to explore climate change adaptation and mitigation strategies adopted by residents of Duncan Village. Findings highlight flaws in the state's response to climate change, which exacerbate the dangerous situations faced by the residents. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Natal Buthelezi.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Urban and Regional Planning, Goliath, Michelle Lillian May. The thesis, titled Urban Pacification Strategies and Solutions Towards a Contested Space Theory of Artisanal Mining, contributes to conflict resolution in urban development by providing insights and recommendations for addressing challenges in contested urban spaces affected by artisanal small-scale mining. The empirical and theoretical results of this study demonstrate the value of this intervention in finding solutions and provide valuable insights for policymakers and urban planners working towards creating sustainable and peaceful urban environments in the context of artisanal mining. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Shell Goliath.
Thank you. Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Urban and Regional Planning, Lucia Leboto-Ketsi, with her thesis titled Exploring Opportunities for Sustainable Local Economic Development in South Africa Through Collaborative Housing Revitalization. The candidate examined housing inadequacy due to the dilapidation of old houses to the extent that they are unsafe in Botshabelo Township within the Mangaung Metro. The findings exposed the strong attachment of residents to the houses despite their precarious condition. Challenges in the Mangaung Metro include bureaucracy, silo mentalities, and regulatory issues. The research recommends a collaborative approach to revitalize township housing and economic development, proposing a framework involving multiple stakeholders for sustainable growth. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Lucia Leboto-Ketsi.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Urban and Regional Planning, Zimunya Willoughby, with his thesis titled A Critical Analysis of Planning and Policy Frameworks in the Mapping of the Urban Livability of Mutare City, Zimbabwe. The candidate contributes to scholarship on urban and regional planning, focusing on how planning and policy frameworks impact urban livability in Zimbabwean cities. Using a pragmatic philosophy and mixed methods approach, Zimunya sampled 397 participants. The study upholds the significance of planning and policy frameworks in advancing urban livability. The findings of the study review how urban policies are formulated, but their implementation and coordination fall short in transforming urban lives, thus compromising urban livability. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Willoughby Zimunya.
Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in Zoology, Modise Seriat Abiat, with his thesis titled Ecological Analysis of Afromontane Grasslands in the Eastern Free State using the Biotope Quality Index, the candidate contributes a novel approach of conservation management practices by indicating how to monitor the state of the ecosystem at the biotope level. By comprehensive sampling and identifying plant and insect communities within Golden Gate Highlands National Park, his thesis serves as an indication of how population dynamics can be used to monitor disturbances like land information, overgrazing, soil erosion, fire, and plant invasion that threaten conservation. Chancellor, I'm proud to present to you Dr. Serero Modise.
Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in conservation biology, Komakesh Christopher Otem. With his thesis titled Economically Viable Eucalyptus Species and Hybrid Clones for Commercial Afforestation of Mined Sand Dunes in the Richards Bay area of KwaZulu-Natal, the candidate studied the economically sustainable use of previously mined sand dunes. After trials over 6 years, involving 70 genotypes of eucalyptus species and hybrids, 2 suitable genotypes were identified that will facilitate the rehabilitation of the mined sand dunes, but also help local communities in gaining access to markets and deriving economic benefit. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Christopher Komakesh.
Thank you very much, Prof. Millen and the supervisors. Let's give them a round of applause, colleagues. I'm now pleased to introduce to you Professor F. Tolmi, the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Theology and Religion, who will present his candidates. Prof. Tolmi.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications: the Faculty of Theology and Religion, doctoral degrees. Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to confer doctoral degrees on the candidates presented to you. I request the supervisors to introduce the candidates to you.
With her thesis entitled Union and Communion, the Mystical Spirituality of James Hudson Taylor, 1832 to 1905, the candidate sheds new light on his life and work as the founder of the China Inland Mission, CIM, in 1865. She brings into focus the mystical insights in Hudson Taylor's own life and his many writings, in particular Union and Communion, his devotional commentary of the Song of Songs, published in 1894. Her research brings to the fore the link between his mystical and missionary spirituality, and suggests that Taylor be revisioned as a Protestant mystic cum missionary. With this research, the candidate has contributed to a greater understanding of the life and spirituality of the founder of the CIM, now renamed OMF International, and his significant contribution to soul care in contemporary Protestant missionary spirituality. Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Judy Elise Lamb.
With this thesis titled Rethinking the Priestly Formation of St. John Vianney Seminary, a critical practical theological analysis, the candidate contributes to faith formation and spiritual leadership formation for living out the Christian calling and participation in Missio Dei and Missio Ecclesia within the South African context. The South African society needs the church to be prophetic in her mission and to form her members as missionary disciples in order to fulfill the mandate of their calling for evangelization and societal involvement and bring about deep change in society. Mr. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Puseletso Clementina Mukoni. Thank you.
Doctor of Philosophy, Strauss Lodewijk Johannes, with his thesis titled Die herkoms en jeug van HCM Fourie, 1882 tot 1939, 'n kerkhistoriese studie. That is the origins and youth of HSM Fourie. The candidate contributes to scholarship on Dr. HSCM Fourie, focusing on the first 2 decades of this remarkable translator of the Bible into Afrikaans and first-generation early 20th century anthropologist. The study presents the foundation for research of a key role player in the development of Afrikaner intellectual and theological history. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Lodewijk Johannes Strauss.
With his thesis titled Christian Faith Formation and Culture, a Theological Study of the Nsenga People, the candidate contributes to resolving the antagonistic dichotomy between Christian faith and Nsenga culture. Using the qualitative methods and ethnographic approach, he theologically studied the Nsenga people through observation and interviews with 7 sampled leaders of the Reformed Church in Zambia and 7 traditional leaders in Nsenga land. He recommends a responsible hermeneutics of the Bible, culture, and church faith traditions with, for, and by the Nsenga people as the means to form authentic Christian faith in order to resolve the antagonistic dichotomy between Christianity and culture. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Masauso Moyo.
Doctor of Philosophy in Theology with specialization in Practical Theology, with his thesis entitled A Missiological Analysis of Strategies of the Seventh-day Adventist Church Missionaries in South Africa. The candidate contributes to scholarship in the analysis of the activities and strategies of the SDA missionaries in South Africa. Using a critical discourse analysis, he argues that the SDA missionaries failed to apply the principle of contextualization because they did not integrate the Adventist message with the people's cultures. He also added that Christianity needs to be understood by Africans and articulated within the African context in order to be fully assimilated in the cosmology of Africa. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Sicelo James Williams.
Doctor of Philosophy in Religion with specialization in Religion Studies, Mukudzo Jacob. With his thesis titled The African Traditional Philosophy of Community as the Enabler or Disabler of the Christian Faith, the candidate makes a significant contribution to contextual theology in matters of church polity and dogma, with a specific focus on mainline churches. He explores the juxtapositioning of Christianity and the African heritage, as well as how African ontologies of being, such as Ubuntu, Botu, serve both as enabler or disabler of the Christian faith. The results of his investigation show the need for African Christians to self-actualize and to allow Christianity to speak to their cultural context. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jacob Mukudzo.
Doctor of Philosophy in Theology, specialization in systematic theology. With his thesis titled African Local Communities and the Benefit Sharing Agreements on Bioprospecting and Ethical Study, his study engages in an ethical analysis of the exploitation of traditional knowledge holders by pharmaceutical companies and commercial industries in the process of bioprospecting. These traditional knowledge holders, being African indigenous people, are denied recognition as custodians of traditional knowledge of genetic resources. To address this challenge, the study proposes a sustainable bioprospecting benefit-sharing model which is based on African spirituality and the African ethical principle of Ubuntu, humanity, and justice. The model recognizes the sacred interrelatedness that indigenous people have with the land, natural resources, and God. Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Tebogo Zakia Sabego.
Professor Tolmi and supervisors, thank you very much for presenting the candidates. Allow me now to introduce our guest speaker, who is Mrs. Tirelo Sibisi, our UFS Council member. Mrs. Tirelo Sibisi is currently the Managing Director of Dinare HR Consulting and serves as the Deputy Chairperson of the Council of the University of the Free State. She is a Master of Business Administration graduate from Henley Business School and completed further studies at the University of Michigan and Northwest University. She is a seasoned business leader with more than 25 years of experience in the field of human resources and development. As a former group human resource executive for Anglo Gold Ashanti, she was responsible for the human capital portfolio globally across its operations in South Africa, Ghana, Tanzania, and USA, Australia, and South America. Amongst others, this entailed attracting, retaining, and developing a highly engaged, diverse, and productive workforce. CBC has built strategic knowledge and expertise across multiple industries, including information technology, construction, healthcare. Amongst others, she worked at Netcare, was the group executive for human resources and corporate social investment at PPC Limited, spent 7 years at Telkom and 10 years at IBM SA and in Europe. Her extensive experience covers various strategic roles, including human resource strategy development, performance management, succession planning, executive compensation, organizational design, diversity and inclusion, and culture transformation. In addition, she served as an independent non-executive director for the Institute of People Management, IPM, and Anglo Gold Ashanti, the IPM. She is a well-rounded human resources journalist with strengths in several fields. I present to you Ms. Tirelo Sibisi.
Good afternoon, Dumelang, Absheni, distinguished guests, graduates, parents, and family members, ladies and gentlemen. What a privilege to be here today to share in this momentous occasion with all of you. Today marks the end of a journey characterized by sacrifice, endurance, commitment, growth, and ultimately success. But today is also the start of a new journey, a new chapter, if you may say. Whether this takes the form of further study or pursuing an occupation, it inevitably brings great excitement as it takes you one step closer to fulfilling your dreams. Allow me to use this opportunity to reflect on one important thing one needs for a journey, regardless of your route and destination. Driving up to this graduation venue today, you would have no doubt seen a certain word emblazoned on billboards and banners, occupying prominent places of the UFS website, social platforms, and their communication overall. The word vision. I'm of course referring to the UFS Vision 130 strategy, which is an embodiment of our institution's commitment to renew and reimagine ourselves up to the year 2034, where we celebrate 130 years of existence. But today, dear graduate, I want to ask you this question. What is your vision for the path that lies ahead of you? Where do you see yourself in the next few years, in 10 years or so into the future? This is a question that is not solely concerned with the occupation you see yourself in or how you intend to earn an income. It cuts much deeper to the kind of person you want to be. What kind of worker, employer, colleague, spouse, friend, citizen do you want to ultimately be? What value will you add to your workplace, to your profession, to your business, but also to your household, your neighborhood, your community, your country, and the world at large? Let me break this daunting concept down into 4 concepts. The word vision implies the act of looking. And first of all, I want to encourage you to look back. Looking back to when you first arrived on campus a couple of years ago, probably conjures up memories of being a little scared, uncertain about where the new chapter of life is taking you, maybe even wondering whether you have what it takes to make a success out of your studies. Today, those fears have been vanquished because you are here. Congratulations to all of you. But more than that, you are not the same person as you were back then. Not only has your academic intelligence increased, but your emotional and social intelligence as well. The leadership potential that lay dormant in so many ways has been exposed, nurtured, and refined. The reason for this change in you can be attributed to your friends, your lecturers, and your mentors. But another crucial factor is this: all curricula and co-curricula at this university have been carefully presented and designed to help students develop holistically, equipping graduates like you with the attributes needed to thrive in a global work environment. Looking back, you can fondly remember an outstanding university experience, cherish precious memories, and marvel at the growth that has taken place in you, knowing that it has equipped you for the future. Which brings me to the next aspect of vision, looking forward. The future may bring some degree of uncertainty. We live in a time of unprecedented and rapid change in the world of work. As new technologies develop, new opportunities open up, and new fields of study and research are revealed, we can take heart from the fact that one of the characteristics that has been formed in you during the course of your study years is resilience. The same resilience has enabled you to successfully scale enormous changes and challenges during your studies, will help you negotiate in unpredictable waters of the world of work. So, embrace the concept of lifelong learning. Confidently apply the knowledge and skills you have been equipped with, and always look for ways in which you can achieve maximum societal impact. As our future artists, anthropologists, linguistics, social workers, politicians, scientists, food providers, and religious leaders, you each have a unique role to play in making your corner of society better than you found it. So we said, look back, look forward, and then look around you. Firstly, at the family members, your friends, your relatives, your aunts and uncles, and all the loved ones that supported you through this journey. As you climb up, remember to look back. Appreciate and cherish them. And look at your fellow students. Do not neglect the relationships that you established, knowing that the immense benefits of collaboration and multidisciplinary approach may just cause you to cross paths with them again. Seated here today are graduates in the humanities, natural and agricultural sciences, as well as theology and religion, such seemingly diverse fields. But in a world with complex challenges, we need to come up with complex solutions. And so often this requires input and wisdom from a range of disciplines and a variety of perspectives. Never forget, all of you who graduate today share an unbreakable bond, because from today, you are all part of a supportive and inspiring community, a family really, in the form of UFS alumni. And then finally, I want to encourage you to look inside yourselves. See what is it that drives and inspires you. May you find there the values that this institution subscribes to. These values, I'm sure as you know, are excellence, innovation, impact, sustainability, care, accountability, and most importantly, social justice. The memories of this day may fade, but may these values and your vision for the road ahead remain clear and steadfast. And may you, as a graduate of our beloved university and country, find your own way of inspiring excellence and changing lives through quality, impact, compassion, and care. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sibisi, for the words of inspiration and wisdom. Really appreciate it. We have applauded our graduates, and I think we deserve another round, not only for the graduates, but for the staff who've worked so hard, the academic and support staff, as well as our parents and their families in supporting this wonderful journey. Could we give ourselves one more round? Graduates, staff members, and our honored guests, this concludes the proceedings for this morning. The university takes great pride and pleasure in inviting all our graduates and the guests to exam room 4, where tea, coffee, and soft drinks will be served. The national anthem will now be played. After that, you're requested to remain standing while the congregation is dissolved and the main academic procession leaves the hall. Please rise.
Africa,
By virtue of the power vested in me as acting Chancellor, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of the Free State.